Welcome to These Are the Blades of Our Lives, the figure skating show where I talk to you about figure skating like it is drama for our mama. And by special request from Amanda Dean 5470, this is a prediction video for not only Cup of China, but also Warsaw Cup. Now, we are finally here, the last leg of the Grand Prix season. This competition will decide who makes it to the Grand Prix final, which plays a major part in the body of work requirement for a lot of these skaters in terms of making their world team. This prediction video, I'm gonna try to cover both of these events as quickly as I possibly can. This is a double header video, and I will start my prediction with the Warsaw Cup because I honestly don't know a lot of the skaters that are competing here, which it's always exciting for me to watch an event with skaters that I don't know because there's always a chance for an upset. There's always a chance of discovering a gem of a skater. So because of how unpredictable ice dance have been all season, I will start my Warsaw Cup prediction with ice dance. So the way I believe the standings are going to go is Evgenia Loparova and Jeffrey Bassard should win this. Emily Zengras and Vladimir Kolesnik in second place. Marie Jerd Laurent and Romain Lagat third. Hannah Lynn Ye Kwan fourth. Marie Dupayege and Thomas Nabias fifth. Ava Pate and Logan Bai sixth. Jennifer Rensberg and Benjamin Stefan 7, and then Nadia Bashawska and Peter Beaumont 8. There's a lot more skaters competing here, but these are the top 8s that I'm most familiar with and how I think the standings may play out. This should be an easy win for Evgenia and Jeffrey. And I think this will help their cause in terms of them getting a European medal. This team is really hitting all the right chords this season with two programs that are uniquely suited for them. I will put Emily and Vladim in second place here. This team has all the potential and two good programs at their disposal. However, they have yet to deliver two clean programs this season. They are facing a tough battle for that third spot on the U.S. team, and a medal here will go a long way for them towards that goal. I personally love Marie Jerd and Romain. This team is so unique, and I know that I am in the minority, but I love both of their programs this season. Unfortunately, they have been plagued all seasons by error. A good showing here could help them in their fight for that third spot on the Canadian World Team as well. Hannah and Ye have been underscored all season, in my opinion, despite having two of the better programs this season. I hope at this event we see an end to this trend and we finally see more upward mobility in their score. Marie and Thomas are another French team that have a very unique point of view that I just love. Unfortunately, ISU, they kind of love conventional teams and they tend to not really reward teams that are trying something new or unique. As for the rest of the field, I think it's pretty open with a possible surprise finish by any of these teams. And the mix, I feel like, are teams like Ava and Logan. They're a solid team who happen to not be my cup of tea, but they're solid. Then, you have Jennifer and Benjamin. I don't like the packaging of their rhythm dance, and they're free as a warhorse. So you never know what's going to happen. As for Nadine and Peter, these are solid skaters with good fundamental skating skills. However, in my opinion, they have two of the worst programs this season. So I really don't know how far up they can go given the materials that they're working with. As for the men, so from dance, we move on to men, which is the most volatile. Based on the previous competition, anything could happen, but personally, I would go with the winner here being Gabriele Fagapani, followed in second place by Adam Hagara, maybe in third place, Corey Soselis, fourth place, Luke Economades, fifth place, Vladimir Semolov, sixth place, Ivan Shumokot. I'm gonna have to learn how to say his name because I adore Ivan. Ivan Shuratov. Somebody, please let me know how to say this name. In seventh place, Maxim Naimov. In eighth place, Lucas Vaklakev. Oh my God, I am butchering names left and right. Ninth place, Walter Van Tenen, and then 10th place, Mazario Zandron. I picked Gabriele Fagapani because he has the most competition experience of the group. The season has been a bit tough for Gabriele so far, and I feel like a win here would be a great boost to his self-confidence as he heads into a tough Canadian national. I mean, I just made poor Gabriele Canadian, Italian national, as he heads into a tough Italian national. Sadly enough, if Gabriele was competing for Canada, he wouldn't have such a difficult time, I don't think. But he's in for a tough Italian national. Adam Hagara, I have in second place because although he is one of the youngest competitors here, he is also one of the most consistent. This is a skater that doesn't have the big quads, but he's very consistent with the jumps that he has, so you can always count him to be in the mix. Corey, I can see in third place here on his skating skills alone. This is a beautiful skater to watch. If the jumps are halfway decent, I'm willing to give him all the medals in the world. He's such a beautiful skater. Luke, one of the best performers competing right now. Completely committed to his programs. Again, struggling with the jumps, but in terms of like the competition, top notch. Vladim, the jumps are there, and that could lead to him maybe being on the podium if the other skaters don't show up because he does have the jump. Ivan is one of my favorite storytellers. Ivan is this kind of special skater who may never win a medal, but he always wins my heart with everything he puts out. Maxim Nemov could be first or last. The jumps and the talent is there, however, the consistency is severely lacking. We can also have some good showing from Lucas, Voltaire, or Morazio. So the men, like Mark said, could be menning, so we don't really know what's going to happen. Pairs at this event for me feels like a small preview into Europeans. The standing for the pairs should more than likely be Anastasia Meltonkina and Luka Barilova winning here, probably followed by Lucretia Bergardi and Matteo Gorizzi in second place, then Rebecca Gelati and Filippo Ambrosini in third. I would like to see Anastasia Vapinlaw and Luke Digby in fourth, Daria Danilova and Michael, how do you say his name? Is this Michael? Do you say this Michael or is Michelle? I'm going to say Michelle. Michelle Suba in fifth place. Arena Caldara and Ricardo Maglio in sixth place. Fiona Bombardier and Benjamin Namar in seventh place. Isabel Martins and Ryan Badar in eighth place. Leticia Rocher and Louis Suchter in ninth place. Oksana Vulamos and Tom Bouvard in 10th place. I have Anastasia and Luca for an easy win here. If they mostly stay on their feet, I feel like this title is theirs because technically speaking, I don't see another pair in this setup that could really challenge them if they're clean. The PCS score is gonna be quite interesting for me, but technically they're a very sound pair. A pair that I don't like much, especially Luka, because I don't think he's a nice person, but I could still see them easily winning this competition. In second place, I'm gonna put Lucretia and Matteo. I haven't seen a lot of them this season. I think I only saw them at one competition. They pulled out from both of their Grand Prix. The word is they might be dealing with an injury. We don't know what injury. However, I hope it was nothing serious and they've been rested and they come here and they do a good showing. If there is a team who might be able to beat Anastasia and Luca, it would be Lucretia and Matteo, but that would depend on Anastasia and Luca making a mistake. If both teams are clean, then yeah, Lucretia and Matteo would be in second place. And third place is Rebecca Filippo. The programs are getting stronger and stronger as the season goes by. The last competition, they struggled on their throws, so this should be an improvement for them as they fight, to try to make the world team, which they didn't make last year. Again, tough competition in Italy and men and in pairs. Again, with Anastasia and Luke, they do not have the technical difficulties of their competitors, but they do have consistency. If the others falter, they could get on the podium. So, and I do like this team, so I'm not counting them out. The other teams are wild cards. I feel like Daria and Michelle, Emar and Ricardo, even Fiona and Benjamin Manar, they all could be possible spoilers. So we just don't know. While I think for other teams like Isabel and Ryan, Leticia and Lewis, and Oksana and Tom, they would probably all be focusing on trying to get new seasonal or personal bests by having clean programs at this competition. At this event, we will also see two new pairs debut in Brooke McIntosh and Marco Zandron, as well as Gabriela Izzo and Luke Merierhofer. They could be great or not so much. We really don't know. I was really looking forward to the pairing of Audrey Shen and Balaz Nagy. However, they withdrew from this competition. I don't really know why, but hopefully we will get to see them before U.S. Nationals. Lastly, the women, I feel, is a very open field. If I had to take a guess at the standing, I would say Sofia Semendalkina in first place, Anna Pizzata in second place, Livia Kaiser in third, Laureen Charles in fourth, Clara Seo in fifth, Ekaterina Karakova in sixth, Emmy Peltonen in seventh, Leah Serna in eighth, Kaya Rutner in ninth, and then maybe Ava Lota Caboose. I picked Sophia solely based on previous performances and her consistency so far this season. I also have a soft spot in my heart for Sophia only because I felt like she got buried under the E30 girls in Russia. So I really would like to see her succeed now that she's, out of that system. Anna in second place if the jumps are more stable. The power of her jumps is something that I just love. This is one skater that I would really like to see do a quad because I just feel like it would mean so much in terms of a woman's quad. However, I also know that jump consistency is her biggest problem. If we could have a balanced Anna in terms of her jumps, she could really be a force to be reckoned with. I have Livia in third place. However, the possibilities for her to win here is great. The key factor will be the triple-triple combination, both in the short and in the long. If she can land the triple-triple combination and then land the rest of the program, she could easily win this competition because everything else she is probably the best at in terms of like skating skills. and just overall packaging, she probably is the best at the skaters in this competition. Then Lorraine, she could medal here. However, given the craziness of her jumps, I just don't know how it's going to play out. Then we get to Claire, who is a beautiful skater to watch. However, I've not seen enough of her competition this season for me to put her any higher than where I have her. Ekaterina, I have in sixth place because despite the home court advantage that she will have here, the struggle on the jumps have only gotten worse as the season progress, and the judges have not been looking upon her favorably. Emmy always gives a great show, and I hope we get to see another great performance from her. Other than the top 10 finish, other possible top 10 finish here could easily be Leah, Kaya, and Ava. But it would all depend on how these women compete. There is also the possibility that some of the other women that I don't have in my top 10 end up on the podium or even end up on the top 10. I haven't seen enough of their skating, their competition to really make any kind of informed decision on the other women. But I'm hoping that somebody out of that group that I don't know just proves me wrong. And then we're going on to the Cup of China, 2024 Cup of China, the last leg of the Grand Prix. This is do or die, get the job done, go hard or go home is what's going to happen in the Cup of China. I feel like it's easier to predict what's going to happen in the Cup of China because I've seen several of the skaters already this season. This is why my prediction, instead of it being based on what I think the judges are going to do, I'm just going to base it on what I want to happen. I don't really care what the judges are going to do. This is what I want to happen, and I'm going to put it out into the universe. Starting with the dance, the winner for me here is Marjorie Lajoie, Zachary Lagat. I'm putting them in first place. In second place, Charlene Guinard and Marco Fabri. In third place, Christina Carrera and Anthony Ponomarenko. In fourth place, Julia Tequila and Mateus Velus. In fifth place, Olivia Smart and Tim Dick. In sixth place, Caroline Green and Michael Parson. In seventh place, Lucia de Magat and Theo Lemercier. In eighth place, Diana Davis and Gleb Smokin. And then rounding out the top 10 would be the two Japanese skaters, Junfei Ren and Ji Meng Xing. And then Zici Zia and Leng Hao He. Listen, I'm sick of the status quo winning in figure skating, especially in ice dance. Marjorie and Zachary have better program this season, especially the free. If they are clean here, they should win. I don't care about who has seniority, who's been around longer. No. Whoever skates the best, has the best program, should win. So for me, that's going to be Marjorie and Zachary. I have Charlene and Marco in second place only based on the strength of their technical abilities. This is a very proficient pair. As I've said before, their rhythm dance is forgettable. And their free dance, I wish to forget. Because their programs are so not great and then so bad, I don't feel they should win here. Just because they're the senior team. I just don't. In third place, Christina and Anthony. But if I'm honest, I would rather have them in second place. Yes, I would rather put Christina and Anthony ahead of Charlene and Marco. Why? Because once again, I really like Christina's rhythm dance. I really like Christina's and Anthony's rhythm dance. And I'm growing to really, really like that Carmen. Even though I still hate the color scheme, I'm really growing to like that Carmen. So to be honest, I would put them in second place. But because of Charlene and Marco's skating, skills, I'll put them in third place. In fourth place, I have Yulia and Mateus, and that's only because I don't love that rhythm dance. I always feel like the rhythm dance is their weakest link, but I love the free dance. Oh my goodness, that tango, they are so in tune, so in character. They're playing off so well with each other. I love it. Then I have Olivia and Tim. I really like their rhythm dance, and I have grown to love their free dance. Honestly, I would like to have them win the bronze medal here. However, the judges are not going to play fair, so that's not really going to happen. Caroline and Michael have two nice programs. However, they are fighting the ground gaining game. They are against pairs who already have the goodwill of the judges, while they're just now working on earning that goodwill. I do think Lucia and Theo are a unique and interesting team, and I cannot wait to see how they grow. However, their programs I feel needs work. Diana Davis and Gleb Smokin I have in eighth place because that is where her skating skill and the programs they have should have them. I know the judges and Etheri's power is going to put her on the podium, but that is bullshit. And I am prepared to rant against this bullshit when it happens. I have their asses in eighth place where her skating skill in their program rightfully belongs. From dance, we then have the men, which is pretty straightforward, or it could be a hot mess. Because like Mark said, the men could be menning and we don't know how it's gonna play out. But if it goes, pretty predictable, we should have in first place Adam Sion Fa, in second place Shun Soto, in third place Mateo Rizzo, in fourth place Denis Vasiliev, in fifth place Boyang Zhang, in sixth place Nikola Momola, in seventh place Mikhail Shudorov, in eighth place Mika Egatsi, in ninth place Hong Yong Kim, in 10th place Yoon Dong Chen, in 11th place Dae Day, and then in 12th place Wesley Chu. I don't love Adam Sion Hemfa's short program this season. However, I am all for the Dune Free program. This long program is really growing on me. This is a really important event for Adam, because if we see another bad short program from him and then he has to fight to come back from behind to win, we're now having a pattern that is not a pattern that I'm sure he wants. So he definitely wants to do two clean programs here and win without a question of a doubt. I'm putting Shun in second place because he's such a nice, well-balanced skater, and I really want him to have the confidence to live up to his potential. However, jump consistency is, in the long especially, is a barrier that he has to overcome if he wants to make the Japanese world team. Matteo Rizzo is one of my favorite skater, and I'm always rooting for him. Coming back from injury, he's not at 100%. However, a medal here would set him up great for Italian national. Dennis has been having a great season so far. I still have hope for a cleanly landed quad sow and maybe even a medal of European. Listen, this is my dream. Let me have it. Let me have it. I am hoping Boyang, another fan favorite who's coming back from injury, have two clean program here on home ice. For me, that's the most important thing for Boyang, is for him to have a clean short and a clean long to build back slowly to where he needs to be. Nikolai is another skater that shows the depth of the Italian men this season. There is so much to love about Nikolai Momola skating, and I really want to see how he grows, not just in terms of like doing quads, but in terms of his beautiful back, his long limbs. There's just so much potential there. Mikhail is my dark horse for the podium. He made history already in terms of his jump, and now he needs to do two clean programs to show that jump is not all that he can do, that he could be consistent, and that he can have full performance. I know Nika Igatsa is likely to be on the podium thanks to the 30 bonus. However, the skating is not good. The jumps are fine, but in terms of skating skill, composition, presentation, musicality, it's not good. Just because he's going to get the E30 bonuses in the PCS and that might put him on the podium, I'm not playing that game. His ass is going to be in 8th place in my mind because that's where his skating skill has him. And then the other skaters such as, Kim, Yandu, Daewei, I feel like they should all be going for seasonal best and personal best, trying to have 2 clean programs, trying to, get more favorable scores from the judges. Wesley Chu, I feel, could be as high as 5th or he could be last. That's just how inconsistent his skating really is. Yeah, more likely he'll be towards the lower bottom given what we've seen of him in terms of competition so far this season. Pairs might be the most straightforward in terms of the podium if I based it on previous competition. So in first place, I have Minerva Fabian Hayes and Nikita Volodin. In second place, I have Sarah Conti and Nicola Massi. In third place, I have Leah Pereira and Trent Machard. In fourth place, I have Yu Cheng Wang and Li Zhu. In fifth place, I have Isabella Gemez and Alexandra Corvin. In sixth place, I have Kathy Macbeth and Daniel Parkman. In seventh place, I have Camille Kovalev and Pavel Kovalev. And then in eighth place, I have Luia, I'm going to butcher this name, Chetinia and Michael Woznikov. I'll listen to how the announcer pronounced this name and I'll try to do better in the recap video. Minerva and Nikita have looked good all season. If they remain on their feet at this competition, the Cup of China title 2024 should easily be theirs. As for Sarah and Nicolo, they can win here, but only if Minerva and Nikita falter. If both pairs are clean, I do not see them winning. If both pairs are clean, the judges are going to go with Minerva and Nikita, in my opinion. In third place, I'm putting Leah and Trent. They have struggled this season, and I hope they have a comeback here and fight at this event. Like the side-by-side jump is a struggle at that last event. The throws was a struggle at their last event. So I'm hoping for a much better outing here. But even though I have them in third place, I feel like that's not necessarily a safe bet. I think Yu Chen and Lee, although they are relatively new, however, they have a lot of potential. They could be the dark horse to be on this podium, especially with that home court advantage. The question is, do they thrive on home ice or do they falter under the pressure? They could medal here if the other teams don't show up. Isabella and Alexander have made so much progress in their short partnership. There is something I like about this team. I don't know if they can quite make it on podiums at competitions yet, but I do feel like if they keep coming, this may become a reality for them. Then Katie and Daniel is a team that I think we might see something from. The potential and the hunger is just bubbling below the surface. I just don't know if they'll be able to deliver when the pressure is on. And then Camille and Pavel, I hope this husband and wife team has 2 clean programs here. They are coming back from injury and they just need some good vibes at this point, and a good finish at this event would definitely do that for them. Luia and Maka are a team I'm not really familiar with. Hopefully they are a diamond in the rough and I get to see 2 really great competition from them. Women, as always, promises to break my heart. No matter how this plays out, someone is going to be sad. And for me, any of the top 3, actually any of the top 5 or 6 could win it, and I would be okay with that, and I would also be devastated with that. So my placement for the women at the 2024 Cup of China is Amber Glenn in first place, Mona Chiba in second place, Cheon Kim in third place, Kimi Rippon in fourth place, Ryo Sumiyoshi in fifth place, Rika Watanabe in sixth place, Madeline Skizos in seventh place. I will not get that name wrong because you guys told me how to say it. Skizas. Madeline Skizas in seventh place. Anastasia Gabanova in eighth place. Zai Ji-en, aka Nini, in ninth place. Hong Ji Chen in 10th place. Yi Zhu in 11th place. And then Mika Kim in 12th place. I and the rest of the skating world would love nothing more than for Amber Glenn to have 2 clean programs here and win. Oh, words have power, so I'm putting it out in the universe and I'm putting Amber Glenn here for the win. However, this will not be an easy win for Amber Glenn for several reasons, starting with Mona Chiba, a truly beautiful skater with great skating skill and musicality. If Mona can rotate her jumps, it is hard to say what will happen. While not as artistic as Mona, Cheon Kim has proven to be one of the most consistent skaters competing right now. The judges do love and reward consistency. Her last competition, we saw, Cheon finish fourth. However, as a fighter, I do not think she's going to take that line down, and I am expecting her to come here fighting. So either of those 3 I could see on top of the podium. So we're just going to have to wait and see. Kimi Rippon for me is more of a dark horse for the podium. The clean program, 2 clean program and a new season or personal best for me, I think is more of a goal for Kimi as she prepares for European and eventually World. Both Rio and Rinka are possible medalists here. However, under rotation and consistency will be the determining factor as to where they will land. Madeline and Anastasia have struggled this season with highs and lows. I don't really see either of them on the podium, but you never know. Why? Because the ice is slippery, the blades are thin, and in figure skating, anything that could happen will happen. So you never know. Again, I do feel for them the goal is going to be clean programs as well as achieving season's best and personal best. And then Nini has beautiful spins and wonderful musicality. However, her jumps are under-rotated to the naked eye. No replay is required. However, we have to wait and see how generous the tech callers will be, given the fact that, Zai Ji-en, aka Nini, is competing on home ice. Yogi is a beautiful skater with a lovely triple toe. However, the other women would have to skate fairly poorly for Yoongi to make it, to break into the top 6. Yuzuru, I'm not really familiar with this skater, so I really don't know what we're going to see from her. As for Mika Kim, she's really struggled in the last 2 years. I really hope she has a great outing here, but based on what we've seen so far, I feel like she could possibly finish in 12th place here. So this is my prediction video for both the 2024 Warsaw Cup as well as the Cup of China. This is my prediction, and it's mostly based on what I want to personally see and what I want to put out in the universe, not really what I think the judges are going to do. Just what I feel and what I want to see happen. But you guys let me know. What do you think the judges are going to do, and what would you like to see personally? Let me know in the comments.